Welcome back. A Carnival enthusiast is expressing disappointment in the lack of forward thinking on the part of officials when it came to the staging of some aspects of Carnival. The 2020 and 2021 editions of Carnival had to be abandoned due to COVID-19. Roanne Sion believes that even the slightest bit of Carnival could have been portrayed to keep the spirit alive.
St. Lucia's Carnival product has grown tremendously over the years, with the 2019 edition being dubbed the biggest and best. But that hype came crashing with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, when gatherings became non-existent. Carnival was cancelled in 2020, with the hopes of returning in 2021. That too was put on the back burner as the country continues to grapple with COVID-19. Carnival enthusiast Roanne Sion, however, is disheartened by the elimination of every aspect of Carnival from the events calendar.
There could have been the other areas nonetheless. There could have been, I found, a greater effort, official effort, to engage Calypsonians. You don't have to have necessarily the big crowd to have a Calypso festival, if it's not a competition, because you want people to compete perhaps in a public setting. But some kind of formal activity for that. There could have been the steel band. So why not? Why not have a steel band festival anyway? You don't have to have the 10,000 people watching it. But that could have been televised. We have enough television strength here now to get people involved and to at least feel that it's Carnival time.
Sion also believes that costumes could have been put on display.
There's no reason why costume designers couldn't have put something together anyway and displayed them. Because half the time, you know, I've seen King and Queen in the bands when people stay home to watch it. They don't go to the shows. The field is half empty. 10, 50 people in the field, lovely costumes, and people enjoy it at home more than anything else. So you just needed the desire to want to do it. I guess people kind of lost, the wind kind of dropped out of the sails because of COVID. But it needed some official leadership there and some drive to give people the vibe that you can still do it and still keep something alive. You know?
While the virtual carnival had been proposed, no word has been given on the matter. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
As the vaccination drive continues to have life return to some semblance of normalcy, one cruise ship musician says artists continue to suffer. He says even with the drive, he does not foresee any quick relief, as many musicians and cruise ship workers are still very skeptical about vaccines.
The music industry is now facing unprecedented financial disaster due to COVID-19. The pandemic has brought the industry to a grinding halt the world over, and here in St. Lucia, musicians say the livelihoods have been all but eliminated by restrictions imposed as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Many musicians have tried to continue working through the pandemic through virtual or isolated performances, but these are often in service to the community and are not making much of a dent in the pockets of musicians. Eric Frederick says it has been a long, hard year.
Hotels are shut down, you know, and even if they are open, the hotels are cutting the prices of what we normally charge, you know. So we are really taking it hard, you know. In left, right, and center, we're taking it hard, you know. You can't even play in a bar because of the curfew, also the 9 o'clock curfew. You know, police will come and stop you at a certain time. So it's really hard for all musicians. We are not making any money. Most of us are home. Some of us turn musician to having a day job, you know. So it's really tough. There's nothing in place for the entertainment industry in St. Lucia because we're really taking it hard, man. Left, right, and center, we're really taking it hard.
Despite that, the area of vaccination continues to be a sore point for many, despite the very obvious effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on individuals and the economy. The vaccination drive in St. Lucia has hit a low. To date, just over 24,000 people have received their first dose of the COVID-19 AstraZeneca vaccine. Frederick says the matter remains a controversial one.
When it comes to the vaccination, I do not trust that at all. And I have seen too many videos and too much research saying that people who take the vaccine, some of them get blood clots, stroke, heart attack. Some people's face get numb and people actually die. So this is something that the government needs to research more in vaccinating our people, because this is something I do not trust.
On many occasions, officials have come out in a bid to address the concerns of the citizenry with regards to the speed with which the vaccine was made, as well as address misconceptions associated with vaccination. During the Hot 7 The Segment show, President of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association, Dr. Moore Clark, addressed some of the concerns.
Every drug has potential side effects. Every drug has a potential to harm, potential being the operative word. In medicine, a lot of the time, you're weighing the benefit against the risk, essentially. Sometimes you look at a drug on TV, and when you see the side effects, you wonder, Mama, why would I take this? Because it almost seems like, and some of them actually do say death. There's a risk of death, and those are the realities. But the benefits of the drug, usually no drug is going to be approved unless the benefit far, far, far outweighs the risk. And those are the realities. Because, again, another set of drugs that we use, what we call immunosuppressants. So those drugs suppress your immune system. And you wonder, why would you want to do that? But in a case, say, of a kidney transplant or heart transplant, you need to do that.
While the government continues to urge members of the public to get vaccinated in order to achieve herd immunity and return to some semblance of normalcy, Frederick says the state cannot continue to have a tone-deaf response to the plight of musicians. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Help is on the way to police officers in volcano-ravaged St. Vincent and the Grenadines by their St. Lucian counterparts. Public Relations Officer of the Police Welfare Association, Stanislas Albert, says a shipment is a symbol of brotherhood and an act that local members did not hesitate to make. Rochelle Gonzalez has more in this report.
A friend in need is a friend indeed, and this is exactly the case with the officers of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force as the Police Welfare Association prepares to send off a shipment of food and supplies to fellow officers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines after the multiple eruptions of the La Soufrière volcano plunged the island into darkness and economic turmoil. Public Relations Officer of the Police Welfare Association, Stanislas Albert, said the shipment was delayed by a few days. However, it will be sent off by the end of the week.
We've had a drive over the past couple of weeks amongst our members, and we have collected some cash and we've bought various items with them, most especially a lot of water, because the persons in St. Vincent are saying that's what they need more. Well, luckily enough, I am here today, but at this point in time, I should have been down in St. Vincent. But we had to postpone to Friday. So on Friday morning, we will be leaving for St. Vincent in order to deliver the stuff that we have collected to our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent. So hopefully on Friday we will be doing so.
Albert said in true brotherly form, the PWA members did not hesitate to spring into action to help their comrades.
From the inception, maybe about a week after the first eruption, we started sending stuff out to our colleagues in other various stations and departments, trying to solicit everybody's help in order that we can assist our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent.
Albert said the hopes are that the police marine units will lend a helping hand to the cause by providing the necessary transportation to make the drop-off. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. We'll be right back.